Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another week of Nuggets. Thank you, Pastor Bob, for taking us through last week's lesson. This week, we'll be focusing on the last days, not only of Jesus' earthly ministry, but the last days of Jerusalem and the last days of the sin-filled world. Before we get into the contents of Mark 13, there's a story at the end of Mark 12 that certainly deserves our attention. And you're probably familiar with the story. It's the story of the widow and the two mites. Jesus had just finished a long and bitter conflict with the leaders of the nation and was about to leave the temple grounds forever. But he took some time to observe the people in the court of the woman. It was a spacious court that held the contribution chests where anyone could bring their offerings. And rich people loved making those noisy contributions with their coins. But a poor widow slipped in, longing to do something for the cause she loved. She looked at the gift in her hand. It was very small in comparison with the gifts of those around her. Yet it was her all. Watching her opportunity, she hurriedly threw in her two mites and turned to hasten away. But in doing this, she caught the eye of Jesus, which was fastened earnestly upon her. And she actually heard Jesus telling his disciples that she had given more than anyone else, which filled her eyes with tears of joy. She knew Jesus had seen her and understood her motive. Now, how much would you be willing to sacrifice for God's cause? The book, The Desire of Ages, says that the widow deprived herself of food in order to have money for the cause she loved so much. 2 mites. That was the smallest unit in copper coins in circulation at the time. It was a fraction of a penny in the US currency, so nothing, literally nothing. In Canada, they've even taken out the penny from circulation because its value is so low. And that's what she gave. And it was more than everybody else. Remember that the money collected in the temple was for maintenance of the infrastructure as well as of the priests and Levites. So imagine depriving yourself of food and then seeing well-fed priests. Wouldn't it make you question whether you're giving to the right cause? I certainly would. And yet she believed in the cause. This reminds me of Elkanah and his family going up to Shiloh year after year to give offerings, knowing that Eli's sons were extremely corrupt priests. So you see, my dear friends, giving is never about the amount, but it's all about the attitude and the heart. God loves a cheerful giver, even if the amount is less than a penny, because God absolutely does not need your money, but he does want your heart. And that is our nugget for today. I'll see you tomorrow.